Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. What is our project today? No, it has nothing to do with installing a garbage disposal. I'm going to be showing that later on down the road because this is a new stainless steel sink and there's two drain lines here, or two outlets I'm going to have to hook up. One's going to be for the garbage disposal, one's going to be for just a regular sink drain tying into the existing drain that goes out down there. But that's not what this video is about. It's about how to install this sink faucet assembly. Okay, I've already installed the soap dispenser, and lots of times your sink faucets for kitchen sinks may come with the soap dispenser, and maybe you don't have to buy that separately, because these cost about, I looked at the store, they're about 25 bucks. And they have different ones to choose from. Here's the one I just installed. I made a video of that if you want to watch that. Okay, but this one is going to be about installing this faucet here. And am I a licensed plumber? Of course I'm not. You don't have to be a licensed plumber in order to install one of these. And this one I found was really interesting. And lots of them nowadays come with longer extension pieces on here, and this will hook up directly to the hot water line. This will hook up directly to the cold water supply valve that's underneath the sink. This one is for the pull out. This handle, this spout pulls out, okay, and this is going to get connected right there. It's just a little slip joint thing. I think you pull down on it or twist it or something. I'll have to actually read the directions on there because I've not installed that one yet. I've installed some similar to this, but every brand is slightly different, so I'll have to look at the directions, read the directions, and they give you directions in here. Directions 1, 2, 3, and there's two different ways to install this. I'm installing it without this trim. See, this is if you have 3 holes here. If you got boom, 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 then you would put this in the middle with the connection, and there's a certain way in order to do that, and they give you the parts for it. Or if you just have one hole, like we decided only to have one hole. This is a brand new countertop, and we decided to have them drill only one hole, and so this is designed to just boom, go right there. And there's directions here for how to install either way. Okay. And then there's a weight that gets installed on the pull-out, and it's all in the directions, and they give you different little things. And I found this interesting. Here's a little fitting here. See, this tool you want to save, and here's a little Allen wrench. That, I believe, is to take the aerator out for your spout, in case you need to clean it or something like that. I thought that was very interesting. And they even give me this here to tighten up the nut that goes underneath this right here. That used to be really tricky. You used to have to use something like this. Have you ever seen one of these? Yeah. Yeah, for all old faucets, of course you needed one of these. But I was ready for anything that came up, but no. I just use this, and then you can put a screwdriver in here, a wrench or whatever, and then just whichever end, you just put it on there and use it as a crank to tighten up the nut. Okay, and here's a washer and a nut, and I'll have to look at all this. I'll have to look at all this stuff. See, I think this is the oh, there you go. Well, that's kind of nice. See, that's a little rubber goodie, and that will fit right there, and as you tighten it down, it just kind of sucks down there. So that's what I'm going to see on the top edge here. Okay, well, I'm going to get this pulled out and kind of look at it a little bit and get right back to you. Hey, if you want to learn how to do this and save yourself some money, check out this video series. And how much would a plumber charge you to install just a faucet? I'm not sure. Maybe a couple $100. Why do that if you can do it yourself? Now, I talked to a plumber who installed a tankless water system for us in this condo, and I asked him Okay, I've got this, I've got the faucet, I've got the soap dispenser, I've got a new garbage disposal. That's the old garbage disposal, by the way. Here's the new garbage disposal. And then the wire cord, you know, the pigtail, that has to be hooked on there. The drain assembly, that has to be hooked on here. Here's the old one. Here's the old one that you have to get all your parts and get it going, because that goes towards the garbage disposal. And if you only had one sink hole and just the garbage disposal on it, there's a different way to do that. But you know, I asked him, I says, okay, if you had to do all that, how much would you charge us? $752 just for these things right here and hooking it up. And so the only parts he would have is probably, you know, $25 to $30 maybe of just the P-trap assembly and that kind of stuff. And we were supplying everything else. $750. So over $700 is for their labor. So I thought, nothing doing. I'm going to go ahead and install it myself. So that's why I'm making these videos. And I don't normally install these things. Like, yes, I've installed a few garbage disposals in my life, replaced a couple of garbage disposals in my life. And I thought, okay, bite the bullet, go ahead and do it, save your $700. And that's what all of my next video series episodes are going to be. So the first one was installing this soap dispenser. Okay, I've already done that, and now I'm graduating up to the big boy faucet, kitchen faucet. And I decided to go with the kitchen, installing the soap dispenser first, then the faucet, because since this is all brand new stuff, why not go ahead and get that stuff out of the way before I have a drain line down here, a trap, a garbage disposal, all that other kind of stuff in my way, and then to have to reach up underneath there to install the sink, faucet, and the soap dispenser. Why do that? So does it matter? Well, yeah, you can make it hard or easy. You decide. Okay, this is just how the sequence I'm doing, and I hope you learn a few things while you're watching these videos. Okay, so here we go. Now I should have looked at this really close before I went to the store to get ready to install this. Okay, because once I started looking at the directions and stuff, I noticed. Okay, when I put this down, here's the fitting for the red, which is going to be for the hot water line. Here's for the cold water line. But I should have noticed that, because these lines should be long enough, and they're designed to be long enough to hook up to your water supplies, okay? Because they've already got this fitting on the end. It's a 3/8 fitting, and when you look underneath your sink, after I took everything else off, you see here's my one for the cold water, and this is for the hot water. This one is for the hot water too, right here. That just happens to be for the dishwasher. So when the dishwasher comes, I'll install to that one, because there's a separate shut off. See, there's a T right there that comes out. That was kind of slick how they did that. And then I'll hook up the sink faucet to that one, okay, for the hot water. I believe we'll just have to see. I mean, I could do it either way. I could put the sink on that one, and the dishwasher on that one, or vice versa. But see, the last sink, they had the connections here, and one happened to be a 20-inch, and one happened to be a 16-inch. And you can get these in different sizes. You can get 12-inch, 16-inch, and 20-inch. And you get the right ones. And usually for standard sinks, this fitting is going to be a little bit bigger. I think it's a 1/2 inch, and then the end is going to be 3/8. See, but on this sink here, not the case. This sink faucet, not the case, right? Because nowadays everything is all inclusive. Here you've got the line. Most faucets, that it just stops right in here, and it's got female threads on there, and then you would take one of these with the male threads, or the female threads. Sorry, the sink faucet would have male threads. Okay, so then you would hook it up with that. But these go directly to the water supplies. That's kind of slick. Now, of course, they just installed this new countertop. They installed the stainless steel sink unit, and this is an under counter stainless steel sink unit. So they got the mastic, their silicone that they put underneath here, and they sucked that up. That was kind of cool how they did that. Hopefully you watched that one of those previous episodes, how they did that. It was very interesting how they installed these countertops, how they got the seams together, how they patched the seams, how they sucked this up here. But when they did that, obviously there's a little bit of that silicone that spooges out over here. It spooges out over here. I had to clean it out over on this side. I had to clean it out underneath there for the sink faucet. And all you do is, you know, sheetrock knife, or actually I used my razor blade. Okay, and make sure you got your eye goggles on for that, and putty knife and stuff. I got everything cleaned out from under there because I don't want anything in the way for my washer and my nut. Okay, so look at your project, and don't give yourself an hour for this or anything. Okay, give yourself all afternoon if you need be. Don't be in a rush, and look at the directions. I can't stress to you the importance of looking at the directions, reading it, being acquainted with it, get everything out, look at your stuff before you start, because you don't want to do something in the wrong sequence. Okay? All right. So I'm going to look at this, pull this apart, and we'll get ready for the next step.